Michael Reagan, remembered for character and community across the political divide. Michael Reagan, the eldest son of former U.S. President Ronald Reagan, has died at the age of 80 after a battle with cancer. His family and the Ronald Reagan Presidential Foundation and Institute announced this week. His passing has prompted an outpouring of memories and praise from Californians of both political parties, who remembered him not only as a public figure, but also as a neighbor and community presence. Growing up as the son of one of America's most iconic presidents, Michael Reagan often found himself in the nation's spotlight. Born in 1945 and adopted just hours after his birth by Ronald Reagan and actress Jane Wyman, he built a life deeply connected to politics, public discourse, and community involvement, a life in the public eye. Michael Reagan was best known as a conservative commentator and broadcaster. He hosted The Michael Reagan Show, a nationally syndicated talk radio program, and was a frequent contributor to outlets such as Newsmax, where he championed conservative ideals and defended the legacy of his father's presidency. Over the years, he authored several books, including On the Outside Looking In, Twice Adopted, and Lessons My Father Taught Me, explore his personal journey and the lessons he took from his unique family history. While his political commentary was outspoken and sometimes polarizing, many in his home state remember him for a different side of his life. In California, where the political landscape has shifted dramatically over the decades, Reagan was noted for his genuine engagement in everyday community life, praise across party lines. Even among political opponents, stories of Reagan's warm, approachable nature have emerged. Victor Franco, a Democratic strategist, recalled how Reagan blended his political pedigree with down-to-earth friendliness at school events and neighborhood gatherings, often mingling with fellow parents and neighbors without pretense. You never would have known he was the son of a president, Franco said, highlighting Reagan's ability to connect with people irrespective of political affiliation. Republican leaders and allies also spoke warmly about Reagan's contributions to conservative politics and public life. Former state GOP officials remembered him not only as a dedicated advocate for Republican causes, but also as someone who always made time to support others and lift up the community. He was a good man with a big heart who loved America, one former party chairman said, pointing to Reagan's willingness to engage with people across a range of settings, from formal political functions to casual neighborhood barbecues. Legacy of service and personal authenticity. Beyond politics, Reagan was active in philanthropy. He raised funds for causes such as juvenile diabetes research, cystic fibrosis foundations, and Alzheimer's support organizations, the latter reflecting a personal family connection to the disease that claimed his father's life. His charitable work and community involvement left a lasting impression on many who knew him outside the political arena. While opinions about his political views varied, many Californians remember Michael Reagan as a thoughtful, accessible figure whose presence enriched local communities and whose life was shaped by a genuine desire to serve others. In an era of deep political division, voices from both sides of the aisle have reflected on his life with respect and admiration. Michael Reagan is survived by his wife Colleen, their 2 children and grandchildren. His death marks the passing of a figure who, regardless of partisan lines, left an imprint on both the public stage and the everyday lives of those around him.